Hi there, welcome to my views and news. An alarming news from Eritrea viewers. We have been talking about the threat of war between Eritrea and Ethiopia and its impact on the atmosphere in the country in Ethiopia. We talked about people fleeing Tigray, people fleeing some other parts of Ethiopia. It seems that Eritreans are also concerned. A new report shows how much is the fear and the concern about the eruption of a war between the two neighbors in Eritrea. So, what are Eritreans doing now when they think that there could be a war? Secondly, ONLF, Ogaden National Liberation Front, has removed its chairman, Abdurrahman Made. Let's have a look at this news story first. Ogaden National Liberation Front is it was an armed group operating in the Somali region of Ethiopia, but it laid down arms in 2018 and started political struggle. But it has not been part of mainstream politics in Ethiopia because it couldn't contest any election. It is unclear about next election to it will participate or not clear. ONLF has split. One group is part of the government, an ally of the Prosperity Party. The other group is based abroad. The other group based abroad is led by Abdurrahman Made, the chairman. This group claims to be the real ONLF, says that the Mabe's government wants to dismantle ONLF. And this group of Abdurrahman Made, in recent statements, criticized Ethiopian government, warned Chinese companies against extracting oil and gas in the Somali region, saying that ONLF could reconsider its peace deal with Ethiopian government, which was signed in 2018. It was being feared that ONLF could take up arms again against the Ethiopian government. So while there are fears that ONLF could take up arms, government has activated the ONLF faction which it backs, which claims to be the real ONLF. This faction, in alliance with the government, held a meeting in Jigjiga, Somali region. Since yesterday, meeting has been ongoing, and this Ogaden National Liberation Front group has removed Abdurrahman Made. This group says that their struggle is peaceful, their struggle is political. They are not in support of statements by Abdurrahman Made. Abdurrahman Made is not fit to be the chairman of the Ogaden National Liberation Front. Ahmed Yassin is a minister in Somali region. He is ONLF, I think, and he has announced that ONLF meeting in Jigjiga has removed Abdurrahman Made. Meanwhile, Abdurrahman Made led ONLF issued a statement this morning saying it has nothing to do with the meetings ongoing in Jigjiga. It said that the meetings in Jigjiga are not by ONLF and those attending the meetings are not part of the Ogaden National Liberation Front. So ONLF has split, but I think Abdurrahman Made is the leader of the ONLF, which is recognized as the real ONLF. Ethiopian government, Prosperity Party government, divided its rivals. OLA split in 2018. There are splits in Fano too. Government tried to create divisions in TPLF too. Plan failed. TPLF kicked out Getachew from Tigray. The government is dividing ONLF. Will the strategy work? That remains to be seen. The government allied ONLF faction is not recognized by Ogaden National Liberation Front supporters. They say though it does have this faction does have some ONLF leaders who were part of the armed struggle against the Ethiopian government in the past. The way Abdurrahman Made led ONLF group is being pushed against the wall, this group could take up arms, I think, because it is left with no option. Maybe its space in politics in Somali region of Ethiopia is almost closed now. What will it do? It might start armed struggle. OLA, by the way, Pro Liberation Army, a few days ago invited over the National Liberation Front to start a joint armed struggle. Let's see. Second was alarming news from Eritrea. There are fears that another war could break out between the two Horn of Africa neighbors, Eritrea and Ethiopia. That is why people are fleeing Eritrea. Migration from Eritrea, illegal migration, is not new. I always say that the main export of Eritrean government is its people. Diaspora community supports Eritrean economy. Remittances are the backbone of Eritrean economy. Illegal migration from Eritrea through the English Channel has risen this year. Why? Because it was being hoped that after Pretoria, Isasa Worki will maybe work on development, and there'll be less restrictions on youths in terms of their SAWA training, in terms of tenure of national service, but nothing changed. Rather, we are seeing a new conflict between Eritrea and Ethiopia. So far, conflict is to the extent of verbal statements, but people fear that if any war breaks out between the two countries, Eritrea won't allow its youths to leave the country. Obviously, youths will fight. That is why youths are fleeing the country. An English news source has reported that this year, Eritreans were at the top of the list of illegal migrants who tried to cross the English Channel through small boats. Afghanis, Syrians, all other nationalities are behind. Eritreans on top. Firstly. Secondly, this is the highest Eritrean illegal migration recorded to the English Channel in recent years. So highest in the world through English Channel, and highest Eritrean migration in recent years to the English Channel towards Europe. It means people are either facing more problems in Eritrea, or maybe human traffickers have decreased their prices, which is one of the reasons. The main reason is the conflict in the Horn of Africa. Just like a few days ago, you saw people fleeing Tigray. They feared there could be war in Tigray. We saw long queues of people outside banks withdrawing money. Banks ran out of money. Why? Because there was fear of war. Same is happening in Eritrea too, where youths already fleeing the country because of less economic opportunities, because of conscription, because of indefinite national service, because of repression by the Eritrean government. Now, a new factor is the tension between the two countries, Eritrea and Ethiopia. That is what I'm saying. There must be some de-escalation. If there's no de-escalation and tensions continue to rise, we could see more people trying to leave Eritrea illegally. And if war is imminent, if war is imminent, you will see Eritrea tighten its border control to stop the youth from leaving the country. Same could happen in Ethiopia too. I mean, if they know that war is imminent with Eritrea, Ethiopians will flee. Those who don't want war, especially those of border areas, those from Tigray, from parts of Afar, they would like to relocate to safe locations in or out of Ethiopia. Thank you for watching.